Welcome. In this episode, I address the common symptom, skin problems, especially eczema. Not just as a cutaneous manifestation, but as a process involving body, psyche, energy, and context. In the biomedical model, eczema is described as an inflammation of the skin characterized by redness, itching, dryness, or lesions. It can be associated with allergies, irritants, genetic factors, or immunological factors. But this explanation, while necessary, is not always enough to understand why the symptom appears, becomes chronic, or recurs. From the Pharaoh approach, the skin is not just an organ. It is a boundary. It is contact. It is a relationship with the world. From the perspective of the biology of meaning, the skin is linked to conflicts of contact and separation. Eczema can appear during phases of resolving these conflicts: emotional separation, loss of contact, emotional distance. The body reacts on the skin because the skin represents that lost connection. In Pharaoh, this is not interpreted automatically. Each case is investigated with clinical rigor. Since Jung, the skin has been seen as representing the boundary between the self and the world. Skin symptoms can appear when boundaries are disrupted, there is difficulty with contact, or a need for protection. There can also be a symbolic dimension. The skin speaks when emotions cannot find words. Here, the shadow can appear: unexpressed emotions, unrecognized needs, and unresolved relational conflicts. From Wilber's holistic model, eczema cannot be reduced to a single level. It is a biological process, a subjective experience, a relational phenomenon, and a response influenced by the environment. The AQEL model allows for the integration of these levels without oversimplification. In traditional Chinese medicine, the skin is related to lung, defensive energy, wei qi, and internal-external balance. Eczema can be associated with internal heat, dampness, toxicity, and weakness of the immune system. From Taoism, the skin reflects the relationship between interior and exterior. When balance is lost, irritation, inflammation, or dryness appears. Lighthouse vision. Eczema is not just a dermatological problem. It is the intersection of biology, psyche, energy, relationships, and context. It is not about choosing a cause, but about organizing the complexity. Lighthouse therapy. Biological level. Dermatological evaluation, hydration, identification of triggers, and care of the skin barrier. Consciousness level. Exploring when the symptom appears and what situations precede it. Psychosomatic level. Working through contact or separation conflicts and emotional expression. Energy level. Regulating heat and dampness, strengthening defensive qi. Relational level. Reviewing personal bonds and boundaries. Systemic level, evaluating the environment, stress, climate, habits. Existential level, listening to what the body is signaling without imposing meaning. The body may express processes that only make sense to the individual, but that meaning is not imposed. It is explored clinically. Prevention. Prevention is not just about avoiding irritants. It involves caring for the body, regulating stress, maintaining stable rhythms, expressing emotions, reviewing relationships, and avoiding overloading the system. Humanizing the symptom. The skin doesn't fail. It expresses. The problem isn't just the injury, but what hasn't been heard. Humanizing the symptom means understanding it without reducing or exaggerating it. Pharaoh learning. The body speaks at the boundary when contact is unresolved. Pharaoh phrase. The skin doesn't just protect. It also communicates. The skin shows what contact doesn't resolve. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Comment with where you're watching from if you're a healthcare professional, and tell me if you'd like to be a Pharaoh coach. Share this video to raise collective awareness. Study with ESSI. Integral Pharaoh Method. Learn science with awareness, because in health, knowledge isn't neutral. It's vital.